you're joining Dukascopy TV at the IFX Expo in Cyprus 2014. With our partners, we are quizzing the industry elites for their take on what makes Cyprus a great option. We're also asking them for their top strategic tip. With me in the TV booth right now is Gary Dennison from Divisa Capital. Gary, welcome to the booth.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure, Gary. Now, let's talk first of all about Cyprus. We found ourselves here at the IFX Expo in Cyprus, as I said. But where does the attraction of having an FX operation lie here? What would you say are the advantages and indeed the disadvantages?
Yeah, that's a good question. Cyprus, because of the proximity to many of the major markets in the UK, Middle East, and Asia, it's definitely a good region to be in for global coverage, for sales and support. Also, because of the growth and that there are so many FX brokers here, it's not difficult to hire experienced staff and also work with many service providers that are here locally. From a technology standpoint, compliance, you have major companies like PrimeXM, MetaQuotes that are established here in Cyprus.
Fantastic. And if we look at the other side of the coin, from the customer's point of view, what do you think when a client is looking to open an account with an FX broker? What should they consider?
Well, I think one of the main things that the client should consider is the reputation, obviously, and the regulatory status of the company. Also, the risk model. So Divisa, being a DMA, SDP agency-only broker, we have the best interests of the client in line, as maybe opposed to a B-book or market maker who doesn't have the same type of interest.
Great, okay. And if we talk about an interesting topic, social media. Social networking has really revolutionized the way people interact every day, from sourcing the news to also socializing with one another and transacting online. But for Divisa Capital, what does it mean for you? And how do you approach this when really the world is getting ever faster? Communication is key. How do you strategize and keep up with these trends?
Yeah, social media, it's been great. I mean, that obviously, just globally, it's connecting everyone. From a broker's point of view, from our standpoint, it's another avenue to reach clients and for our clients to communicate with one another so they can share, their experience and ideas. It gives them a sense of a community. And the strategy for us is really to align ourselves with social trading companies like Zulu and Trade and See. Based on our conditions, our trade conditions, those strategies perform very well. And then also, we have, through our partners in China, we have different chat forums and venues for our clients to go into, and really communicate with one another, and we can moderate.
Fantastic. And if you could finish up for us, Gary, and tell us what would be your top tip for someone who's looking to get into the industry, perhaps as a startup broker, what would you give them as advice and in strategy?
Well, I think it really starts with having a very strong core team. And you want to make sure that you have a focused vision on the niche market you're going to pursue. And then obviously, you want to make sure that you also have strong liquidity relationships and decide if, you are going to internally support and develop technology, which obviously is, one of a very important factor in the whole equation, or, select a strong partner to work with from a technology standpoint.
Okay, well, Gary, thank you so much for your insights today and for joining us in the booth. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Okay, well, that's all from Gary and myself. Please do keep clicking back to find out all of the insider info from the IFX Expo 2014. Goodbye for now.